Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Stress is Stressing Me Out podcast. I am your host, Maki Adeyemi, and today we will be discussing tips to tame stress. Before we get into that, let's get into today's devotional. Today's devotional comes from 2 Kings 19, verses 9 through 12, and it says, "After the fire came a gentle whisper." The title of this devotional is Shift into Neutral. The man ahead of me at the car wash was on a mission. He purposefully strode to the back of his pickup and removed the hitch so it wouldn't snag the high-powered rolling brushes. He paid the attendant, then pulled onto the automated track, where he left his truck and drive. The attendant shouted after him, "Neutral, neutral," but the man's windows were up and he couldn't hear. He zipped through the car wash in 4 seconds flat. His truck barely got wet. Elijah was on a mission also. He was busy serving God in big ways. He had just defeated the prophets of Baal in a supernatural showdown, which left him drained. He needed time in neutral. God brought Elijah to Mount Horeb, where he had appeared to Moses long before. Once again, God shook the mountain, but he wasn't in the rock-shattering wind, earthquake, or raging fire. Instead, God came to Elijah in a gentle whisper. When Elijah heard it, he pulled his cloak over his face and went out to meet God. You and I are on a mission. We put our lives in drive to accomplish big things for our Savior. But if we never shift down to neutral, we can zip through life and miss the outpouring of His Spirit. God whispers, "Be still and know that I am God." Neutral, neutral. Okay, today's episode again is called Tips to Tame Stress. And there are, I believe there are about 14, well, no, not that many. There are nine steps that you can take to tame stress. Number 1, focus on gratitude. Give your brain a break by shifting to thoughts of gratitude and appreciation for a few minutes. Write down 3 things you feel grateful for right now and why. Close your eyes and see if you can notice the physical sensations of experiencing gratitude, and hold the state of mind and body as if you were training a muscle. For added brain boost, share what you appreciate with someone else and ask them to do the same. Number 2, find something funny. Humor acts like a mini massage for the brain, as it stimulates positive endorphins, reduces cortisol and inflammation, and allows us to think more creatively. Create a Beyond Funny folder on your computer with images and links to funny videos so that they're easy to find when you're in need of a humor fix. For more on the science of healthy humor, check out www.aath.org. I know I like to watch funny things right now, and I don't know how many of you have ever heard of this. It's called the Milk Crate Challenge. And you can go to Walmart and buy a milk crate for like 97 cents or something like that. They're very cheap. And they set them up, and people walk on them. And they go to different heights. And individuals will have to walk and successfully come down off the crates without falling. Well, most of the people, they end up falling, and unfortunately, they hurt themselves. So they either they have orthopedic injuries, so they have ankle problems or arm and shoulder problems. No one has died from doing the milk crate challenge that I heard of. But if you go out on YouTube and you type in milk crate challenge, there are a lot of videos of this. Um, and they are quite funny. The sad thing about it is, it's African Americans that are doing this. I have not seen one Latino, not one Caucasian, not one Asian person engage in this milk crate challenge, but it's African Americans. And that's what's disheartening. But I know in other words, I know I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh at them. But it's not them, the person. It's the situation. Them thinking that they can stack 4 or 5 of these crates on top of each other and think they can just walk straight across without a problem. I only saw one person that was able to do that. Everyone else that took that challenge ended up falling and hurting themselves. It was one gentleman, and he was a plus size gentleman, and he was like in the very middle, and I believe the middle one had about maybe 6 or 7 crates stacked up on top of each other. He made it to the very top, but the crates were shaking, and so was he. And by the time that he stepped down from that tall milk crate pillar down to a lower one, he ended up falling and hurting himself. But you can go out on YouTube and take a look. Take a look at those videos. Just type in the milk crate challenge. Number 3, move. Even short bursts of physical activity can help you get out of your head and into your body to recharge for a few minutes. By boosting blood flow, stress hormones are reduced while glucose and oxygen are circulated to increase energy. Take a few trips up and down the stairs. Walk to the furthest bathroom in the building, or just shake it off to do some good tunes. I know I love moving. I am a school teacher, and our campus is pretty much on one level. There are no elevators. There are no stairs. Everything is on one floor, and you walk through from one building to another, just along a long hallway. What I do on my plant periods and my break time, I will go outside and I would either walk our track or I would take a walk around the school. And I do know I feel so much better, that I'm so refreshed, and it just opens everything up in you when you do exercise. I think walking is like the best exercise. And especially if you're a diabetic and you're fighting high blood sugar, walking is the best thing to bring it down. And that's just my opinion. I also do weightlifting. I do strength training. I do cardio. And I can tell you, every time that I do some kind of exercise, I feel wonderful. And it just makes you so relaxed. And it just lowers your stress level. So I agree with getting up and moving. Number 4, smile inwardly. With your eyes and your mouth, relaxing your facial muscles, think of something heartwarming or amusing while you do this. This starts to counter stress immediately. Number 5, stop rushing. Try spending just one day where you don't rush. Get up early. Really enjoy a comfortable early morning routine where you take time to savor your morning coffee and enjoy your breakfast. As your day starts, build in extra time for things that take longer than you think. Plan your whole day like this and see how good it feels not to rush. I agree with this also. In the mornings, I really do not have time to enjoy, my cup of coffee. Sometimes I don't even get a chance to finish it. I have to pour it out and get ready to go. But I do have time to actually make a formal breakfast and actually sit and be able to eat and to focus. But I also have to get up early in the morning to do that. I wake up at 3:30 in the morning, have a shower, do my daily prayer, my time with the Lord. Then I come downstairs and, make breakfast, put the coffee on, make lunch for the day. And I have to get up early to do that. We are required to be at work at 7:15. So I'm out of the house at least by 5:50, if not 6 o'clock in the morning, to drive to work. But if it's Saturday, if it's Sunday, if it's a day through the week that we are off because of a holiday, or perhaps we have professional development, we don't have kids that day, I can sit down and really enjoy having a cup of coffee while I'm watching the news and just savor the sweetness and the warmth and the taste of my coffee. And I slow down. I'm not in a hurry to finish up my breakfast and head out the door. It's just me time. It's peaceful. It's relaxing, and I love to do that. So we all need to slow down. We all need to slow down. We need to stop and smell the roses, so to speak, and we need to have take time for ourselves. Number 6, raise awareness. Become aware of your stress symptoms. Don't shy away from them and connect the dots between your symptoms of stress and your sources of stress. Number 7, step into nature. Whether it's looking out an office window and focusing on the flight of a songbird or tracking the pendulum falling of leaves, use nature to nurture you during your most stressful moments. A little nature goes a long way, and that is so true. In my backyard, once in a while, I'll have a little wild bunny rabbit that would just hop into my yard. And, I want to go and get, maybe some salad leaves and some water, but he ends up hopping away by the time I come back. But it's the whole idea of, sitting there and just watch, what little creatures, do. In case this little bunny rabbit, he eats the grass in my yard. I see squirrels sitting on top of my trash bin outside, or they sit on top of my wooden fence. I had a cardinal who was sitting on my metal fence, my I can't think of the name of the fence. My chain link, that's it, my chain link fence. And to hear the cicadas at night, to hear crickets, to hear the birds sing first thing in the morning before the sun comes up. And just to be outside watching the sun come up, or to be outside when the sun sets in the evening. Nature is wonderful. Just to take in, to have the sunshine on your face, to feel the breeze on your face or the breeze through your hair, it really does calm you down, and it does relieve. Hopefully, it will relieve your stress. Number 8, decide what's important. Stop overwhelmed by listing 3 top priorities that will create the greatest leverage in your current stressful circumstances. Ask yourself, what am I really trying to do? Then choose one priority to act on immediately. Remember, giving yourself more choices and options to consider often makes overwhelm worse. So choose an action and finish it. Number 9, ask yourself, will I care about this 10 years from now? If the answer is yes, then go for it. However, too much stress can narrow your focus on challenges and make them seem bigger than they really are. This is what leads to poor decisions. Gaining perspective on a situation can modify its importance and allow you to see options you may not have seen before. So what do you think? What are your thoughts? Tweet me at stressingism or email me at sismo1875@gmail.com. If you can find this podcast at TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Plays, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Blog Talk Radio. Until next week, let not your heart be troubled. Relax.